Welcome to the 2025 Eco Challenge. I'm Mara and this is Project 53. Let's jump right in and check out some eco-friendly processes that are kind to the planet and your wallet. This year's theme, Whimsical Menagerie, a playful mix of creativity, sustainability, and imagination. At the end of this video, please check out the playlist for other content creators. During the Goodwill Hunting Challenge, I came across this China Hutch top, and you might have guessed it, at the Goodwill. Every piece of furniture I rescue gets a deep clean, and my go-to solution is simple: Dawn dish soap and hot water. It's gentle enough to clean oil off of a duck, so it's perfect for furniture. This hutch was clearly missing something, like the bottom half, so I decided to give it some new life and legs. And it just so happens that there is an eco source for China Hutch cabinets that are missing feet. And I just saved 9 of them from the landfill. After sorting through my stash of recycled hardware, I found one lone nut, and it fit perfectly. Before trimming the screws to length, I threaded the nut down first. That way, when I remove it, it'll clean the threads to prevent stripping. And you might recognize this cushion from a previous project. It's still going strong, and it's perfect for supporting this curved surface while I work. I'm sure it's just a meism here, but after a lengthy alignment process, the hardware that I purchased from Lowe's had been pre-drilled and attached with the screws that were included. There were no problems with the threads, and I screwed in the feet. Whoa, success! It worked! This looks way better than I expected. The paint I used for this project is Sage Blossom by Folk Art, which is part of the Plaid Enterprises family. Also, by the way, the makers of Mod Podge. While not certified low VOC, it is water-based, non-toxic, made in the USA, and locally sourced. That's a great step towards sustainability. And a quick note for paint buyers: not all chalk paints are equally eco-friendly. Some have strong chemical odors that make me question their green label. So always read the product information before purchasing. During a quick hardware store run for masking tape, I found myself comparing 2 products. Both tapes had protective plastic packaging, but one of these is not as eco-friendly as the other. And trust me, Frog Tape, I understand your reasoning, but not your method. Next up, color. I mixed this color of pink using leftover paints from past projects, which is a great way to recycle. For sealing, I used Bare Polyacrylic, which is a water-based finish, and it's easier on the environment and simple to clean up. This stencil was created from basically trash, but it was perfect for this project because it's clear and it allowed me to align the lettering. It was pretty thin material, which did make it harder to work with. I've learned that distressed inks and oxides are fantastic for stenciling. They're water-based, low VOC, and non-toxic, so they're safer for indoor use and great for eco-conscious DIYers. For the cabinet backing, I used peel and stick wallpaper. It's not the greenest product out there, but it does have some eco advantages like minimal mess and easy future removal. The original hardware that held the back on was stapled, but I switched to screws instead. A small change like this makes the piece easier to take apart and repurpose later. So, what did I think about this wallpaper when I finally lifted it up?
Oh my gosh.
The glass shelves just needed a quick clean with vinegar and water. It's a classic budget-friendly eco-approved cleaner, and I get bonus points because I used a recycled spray bottle to apply it. And just a quick break to throw Oakley's ball. And now, back to work. Notice in the background that I used that same chair cushion again. And this time it was to protect the front when the back was installed. Since the original hardware worked for this design, I reused and reinstalled it. This means that this part of the project is complete, but not quite time yet for the final review because I've got a few staging elements left. I've been collecting these glass containers from local thrift stores for months, thanks to their 99-cent color tag sales. Candy dishes, though, they're hard to find, so I decided to make my own budget-friendly lids for these dollar store vases. And here's how I did it. I traced the vase opening onto cardboard from an old box and hot glued the layers together. Using a lighter weight cardboard reclaimed from an old desk calendar, I cut the strip for the sides. The side piece was hot glued to the top, which was a little bit tricky, but I guess it was worth it because as you can see here, the top fits on there pretty good. I used tacky glue to attach the clay pieces to the cardboard top. The key here is to attach the clay pieces while they're still flexible and not dried. These are my completed pieces after I let them dry overnight. Just a word of caution that the wet clay may make them a little bit soggy, so it really is important that you let them thoroughly dry. And once dry, I painted these with a non-toxic water-based craft acrylic paint. The paint was sealed using shellac, which, fun fact, is a natural resin made from the lac beetle. It's not terribly vegan, but it could be considered a renewable resource, which makes it eco-friendly. True confession, I used rub and buff without checking the label first. It's definitely not an eco-friendly product. It's flammable, requires gloves and ventilation, and has some harsh solvents. In contrast, mica powder mixed with clear wax is a much safer and equally beautiful alternative. Honestly, I wish I had used it first because these lids turned out even better with the addition of the wax and the mica powder. For a second variation, I made wood lids using scrap lumber. I cut, glued, and sealed them with shellac before painting. The labels were printed on vinyl sticker paper. It's a surprisingly eco-conscious option because it's reusable. You can peel them off easily, save them for later, and you can restore your glassware to its original look. And if you were wondering, some of these labels came free from Pinterest, and the other labels I designed myself. And finally, the Gilly Water Project. All of the craft products were sourced locally from Hobby Lobby. The scale paper was cut into strips for the labels. Luckily, the tail mold was 50% off and I only paid $1.50. All of those molds were done in clay for the Eco Challenge, but resin probably would have been a sturdier option. The tails were painted with metallic acrylic paint and hot glued to the lid of the water bottle. And that wraps up Project 53, a blend of creative reuse, low-impact materials, and eco-friendly methods, all with a touch of magic. And here is the final reveal. Thank you for joining me on this annual Eeko journey. If you would like to perform a bit of magic, please like, subscribe, comment, and above all, check out that playlist. As always, thanks for watching.